Hey man, I'll just let you know what's happening. I think about the menus should be in this introduction video, but I'll show you again. I think you're missing the point of WordPress. This, so what happens when you create a post, you should always be using these tags because it gives you flexibility to display each post in different places. So I've added two tags, jobs and work with us. The site's a bit of a mess now because it would take me all day if I'm worried about what it looks like throughout this process. So you have this post here. Now, what I've gone and done is I've created these new sidebar things, which will, you can see that the sidebar is here, and I'm using recent posts extended to show the latest news. That's what this is. So the latest news is here. Let me refresh this. Okay, so I can delete this one. But what's happened is these sidebar things will show up in certain places around the page. So here's the two at the bottom. You have the recent post extended and this is the post carousel for the events. There's the events. Okay, so I've created a new one with sidebar jobs and I've created these posts. So this is actually I should probably use okay, so I'm using two different ones, flexible post widgets and recent post extended, the latest news. So this is the power of WordPress and this is the point of WordPress. So what we're showing here is the title, latest news, and we're showing to ignore sticky posts, which I don't know much about sticky posts at the moment. Exclude current posts. So these are the post types. This one is showing all posts. Every post is going to show up here in the latest news. We can go the post status, whether they're published or not, what the order is, and what the order date is. Here's the most important thing is you can limit this to a category. So if I only wanted the category of jobs showing up, of news showing up, or work with us showing up, then that's the only thing that you're going to see here. Now considering all of your other posts haven't been given any category, that way I can't limit them in this, but I'll go back and I'll add them all as news. So every time you create a new post, then you must tag it as news, and then that will show up here. Everything with news will show up if you limit it to only the news category. If we want to see only jobs, then you can see only the jobs. Here's another thing that's very important, the number of posts to show. So when you have the latest news here, if you show all posts, then this is just going to be an endless scrolling of all of the posts in your history. But that's not necessary. You only want maybe 2 items here, the things that are relevant right now. Unless, because you have a dedicated page where everything's going to show up anyway. So we don't really want this big sidebar thing happening down here. But what I've gone and done is I've gone and created a page called jobs. This is the only page that you need to create. You don't need to create an event. See? So everything in the category of jobs is showing up here. And how I've done that is by going to the page builder, going to the advanced models, then dragging in a sidebar, then showing which sidebar it is to show. I want to show the sidebar 2, then there it is, it's showing up the jam sessions, the events sidebar. If I want to show the sidebar jobs again, there it is. You've got it twice, but we don't need it twice. So when you have this, then you can go to the widgets and then sidebar jobs flexible. What widgets do we want in the jobs here? So the one that we have is the flexible posts widgets that's showing everything in the event in the category. So select a taxonomy, basically categories, and let's show up all the things in jobs. If we want jam sessions, then we can see that as well. So this is what we're showing, what categories we want to show here. The number of posts. So basically there's recent post extended, which is a massive amount of options, and then the flexible posts. See, with this one we can't exclude anything. I guess that's why I'm using that. I forget now. But if we want all the posts, so number 4, you're not going to need any more than 4. And then in the edit page, there you go. Okay, so we'll cancel that. And then here is all of the jobs showing up here. I'll clean it up a little bit before you look at it. So we want to say done, publish changes. There's another page builder that I'm using on my site that's much better than this actually, but I don't know if it will work on this server. So I can try and install it and see, but then you've got to learn another thing. But I think it's much better, much more user friendly. I think that's it. I'll give you a quick rundown. So you should be making each of the things a post with the categories that we want to show. Okay, then you have these certain widgets. You have the sidebars that you drag the widgets into. So whatever you want to use, you can add this and drag it. Now this one, sidebar and sidebar 2 is these two in 2 columns side by side, and you don't want too much information in these. You want to limit this because it loads every page. And then the new sidebar for the jobs has been added in with the page builder onto the page that I created for jobs. Okay, I'll show you how the again, I'll show you how the menus work. Okay, so here's the edit menus. So we have the WordPress sticky menu, which is the one that we're using now. Okay, so pages. What do you want to add to it? What I want to do is I want to take this off because this is a link to your page. You don't want your pages anymore. So let's remove this. So we have jobs, and that links to the jobs page that I've created. Now you go back up here, and what do you want in your menu? Okay, posts. So summer administration jobs available. Add to the menu and set it inset. So you don't want this equal together, or that's going to create a big long title. Then you save the menu, refresh the page. Okay, and that goes here. Then what else do we have? We have the summer housekeeping. Add that to the menu. It's going to show at the bottom, and you have that inset. So you can inset and then inset and keep insetting. So you just make sure these two are lined up. Save menu, refresh. Jobs, there you go. There's all your jobs, and they will all be on the jobbies page. There you go. You can edit all this yourself. I'm going to delete this, and then maybe you can talk to me tonight, and you can decide if you want these displaying here. If you don't want this, you just want the news related to the hostel, and you don't want it to show up here, then we can have that done. But I think the important message is you just need to add categories and be a little bit smart about this, because you'll know you can have a lot of flexibility. Okay, I'll clean it up, and then I'll talk to you tonight.